Well, boys, today is tomorrow, and you already know. The A5 Wagyu beef known as Idubbbz is still in the news. And as you guys can see, I changed the hat. I think we need a wider variety of YouTube hats. I need to get a new one. Also, sorry, I really haven't been replying to any comments. I'm probably going to look at some comments today. I just have been in bed sick, as you guys know. So, hey, comment down below if you do subscribe. Turn off restricted mode, by the way, because YouTube has on nanny mode for some reason for a lot of people. And let's get back into the video. If you guys don't know, well, I guess you guys should know. Last video that I talked about Idubbbz, so that was like 2 videos at the top right hand corner. There you go. I went over his little, I guess, response video to the commentary community. We were even in it. All right, chat. We made it in life. Go, hey, I don't even want to spoil it for you. Go look at the video. We made it in his little response video to the commentary community. And at the end of that video, he threatened, well, it wasn't really a threat, more or less promised to get his little phone stream and react to the boxing coaches, or I guess his ex-boxing coach, on stream. And basically, I won't be honest here, it was even more pathetic, all right? Because he already talked about the boxing coaches, I will be honest here, extensively in his video that was more or less supposed to be aimed at commentary channels, but in reality was mostly aimed at them. For some reason, this boy has been holding in this grudge for months. I'm pretty sure that had like 2-3 months ago. Bro, you still on that? We been changed, but all right. So he reviewed, quote unquote, the interview that H3 Podcast did with Idubbbz, ex-boxing coach from Creator Clash 1, and I'm pretty sure he even helped in Creator Clash 2. I'm pretty sure. And let me just tell you, this damn live stream is something to just cope and seethe. Just cope and seethe. Now, the first clip we're gonna go over, boys, is something that I showed you guys in the other video. Don't worry, we're gonna get into some newer clips, but I want to go over the full clip because I only used half the clip because only half the clip was necessary for what I was talking about in the other video. But basically in this one, Idubbbz was talking about how he hated these two people because obviously after Creator Clash 2 was a failure, they asked him, a rich, successful YouTuber, if he could, go into business with them. I know, boys, the horrors. Someone that you've trained with, that was your coach, that's been trying their best to help you out with your business, asked, hey, I have a business plan. Do you think we can go into business together? And instead of being a normal person, be like, oh, right now it's just not a good time, or no, not right now, I just can't. He decided to do the most immature, childish, this is the most immature reaction to someone asking to go into business with you ever.
He messaged me about this child marriage thing, and this was after Creator Clash 2, and it was very importantly right after Michael Briggs requested that I be his guarantor on a loan to open like a boxing gym. And I don't know if you guys know what that means. That basically means he's asking me to be responsible for like debt if he isn't able to like pay the loan.
All right, starting off, it's fine. You are being asked about a business proposal. He is proposing he will take on a loan underneath his name, and he is asking you to be a co-signer, which means at this point, you can just ask for about them there. You could be like, well, I want to at least have half ownership of the gym. I want the gym to look this way. I want to have certain machines in the gym, right? He's literally asking you, yo, I want to start up a gym. I can get a loan. I just need a co-signer. Would you like to go into business? Again, chat, this is standard. Someone wants to start a business and they need help getting upfront capital. And what is one of the best people to get upfront capital from? A rich, famous person that you have some personal relationship with. Literally, this could have been one of the best and greatest business moves that Idubbbz has pulled off in his career. Because A, all he has to do is promote the gym. I'm like, brother, I'm pretty sure like around Creator Clash 2, people were still rocking with Idubbbz. Like he was on shaky ground, right? In the Creator Clash 2, he was on shaky ground, but people were still rocking with him, right? So he easily could have promoted this to his over 7 million fans. Easily could have got people to sign up to subscriptions, and they easily could have made their money back on this. Well, obviously, you got to buy, the equipment. You got to get the building for the gym. Obviously, you got to renovate the building. I know. But it's way easier to start up some kind of service program, or I guess subscription plan, whenever you already have a built-in fan base of over 7 million people. I mean, like, just do the math and realize, hey, if you're frugal and reasonable and you're able to get good deals, this whole entire thing could go off without a hitch. But that's only if he even wanted to be a part of this. Which, if he, like, just altogether, even if he didn't have to do anything and Michael Briggs just, managed it, Idubbbz still could have just said no. But instead, he decided to be a little baby.
Now, this, I want you to keep in mind. He said how embarrassing, humiliating it was that I was doing this like live stream to make up for the fact that we lost money on this event and money didn't go to charity. He was aware of what was happening. He knew that I lost my fucking match. I hadn't been making videos or making any money, and that obviously I've been having a hard time online. I made my apology. Things were rough for me. But he comes in with his request of, hey, you mind being my guarantor on this loan? Meanwhile, he has no problem messaging me that. But I guess he couldn't message, hey, I could use that $5,000 bonus that you promised me. She, by the way, was very deliberate in saying that I promised her that.
I mean, like, maybe they thought, hey, we can put the $5,000 bonus to the side if you want to be a guarantor on this loan and go into business with me. I mean, like, it is a fair trade-off. Hey, man, keep the 5K if you want. But I mean, like, hey, let's go into business. Hey, let's make millions here. See, that money could have been used for something else. It could have been used to buy equipment. Like, brother, for some reason, I guess he's been a YouTuber for way too long. He's been rich and famous way too long to not know human psychology of, yeah, I'll give up a little bit of money that was promised to me if that means I can make more in the future with this person. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like, yeah, he probably won't care about the 5K if he can get you to be a guarantor on his loan that could potentially make him millions in the future. Like, what? Like, what? Like, yes, he's trading one thing for another. But instead of being the, at the time, 32-year-old empathetic man he claimed to be, he decided to ignore these two, budding entrepreneurs and just ignore them. And then whenever his wife had a campaign to help end child marriage, something that she was a child bride, instead of him, and again, Idubbbz being a 32-year-old empathetic man, or he hit empathetic age, and realizing, all right, my frustrations about this loan should not sway me of not helping out this poor woman trying to do something noble in her life. But no, he had to take his frustrations out on her as well. Well, I guess in the same sense of just instead of relaying the message to Anissa, someone that I hope would be empathetic to other women, being sold off as a child to a creepy old man. No, he decided, f them kids.
Like, that is, like, very specific language that she's using. That didn't happen. So I was extremely offended when he messaged me requesting that I be his guarantor on a loan. I did not have any, the idea of supporting him in that way was, it was just offensive. It's like, oh, you literally aren't even acknowledging that I lost a tremendous amount of money on this event. Fuck you. I didn't say that, but I was short with him. I said, in no world would I ever be able to do that, because I wanted to express, very clear boundaries. And I did. And I don't know how long later it was. I wasn't done being angry about it for sure. But Kate did message me about, a child marriage bill thing. And I didn't pass it along to Anissa. I looked at it and I closed it. So was I being, negligent to that relationship? Sure. But no, Anissa and I don't support child marriage or whatever fucking crazy story that they're spinning. I was just angry at them, and I was like, fuck you guys. I'm not going to be boxing anytime soon, and yeah, I'm done with this shit. But at least for the child marriage thing, like, they didn't message Anissa about that shit. That was definitely a me thing, a me being like just kind of angry and uncaring about it.
So yeah, he misplaced his anger onto these two people instead of himself. Because these two people were just trying to help. One was trying to get a noble cause done, and the other one was just like, hey bro, yeah, I get it, you're in a poor position right now, but I'll gladly take out a loan underneath my name. All you have to do is become a guarantor, and we can start up another business. I'm like, hey man, don't need to put your entrepreneurial side down. Like, literally, he's misplacing his anger that he should be placing on himself for having a failing business onto this guy for saying, hey man, if you want, there's another business opportunity out there. And 2 years later, he still feels justified in his misplaced anger. He still feels justified in ignoring these two and telling them, I would never want to go into business with you. Instead of him politely and professionally saying, hey man, right now it's just not a good time. Right now it's just not a good time. Instead of that, he's being a baby. He's just being a baby. He's crying and stomping around. I can't believe my business was bad. And he's placing his anger onto these two. But continuing on, these two, I guess, are pissed off that they revealed information to Michael and his wife that they didn't repeat it on the H3 podcast, which I'm just sitting here like, brother, why did you reveal this information to them if you didn't want one day them to like come out and reveal it to the world? Like, what if this information was so secretive? Why do you care? Or why did you care to tell them? Because then they went over the part where basically Anissa started having a hothead moment whenever she was just getting mad at how they were training Idubbbz, and basically went off telling them about how much money they have and how much money they're spending on this event, talking about how they're over $500,000 in the hole for, I'm pretty sure, Creator Clash 2 they were talking about. And I'm just sitting here like, that's not Michael's fault. What? No one told you to spend $500K? Hey, again, motherfucker's a huge YouTuber. Idubbbz could easily get a $500K sponsor for the whole entire thing. Trust me. Idubbbz could have easily got a $500K sponsorship, $1 million sponsorship for these events. 7 million subscribers? They're not going to be the best sponsors in the meaning of morality if you don't like them, but I mean, like, motherfucker had Fansly as a sponsorship, and they got bread. And they got a rival that got even more bread. I'm just saying, brother could have got some money if he wanted to. This is all on y'all. Y'all didn't want to do the work that it would took to get these sponsorships. But here's Anissa coming in. I can't believe he even said this. Like, it's not your business. Like, bro, you made it his business.
Stake. We're $500,000 in the hole right.
Okay, Anissa has some fire to spit.
It really pissed me off with Harley saying, like, we would have really liked to know. Being $500,000 in the hole year 2 is actually amazing. Year 1, we were $1 million in the hole before the event, and that's normal because production, broadcasting, renting the arena, paying fighter purses, all of these things cost money. Second year, we were actually less in the hole because we had I think it was a clothing brand that gave us money forward, so they could be
Moment House or one of these.
Yeah, Moment House gave us. We were actually doing better, but it's very normal when you're putting on live events to be in the hole for all of the money or a lot of the money because you're essentially waiting for the last 24 hours for the pay-per-view sales and everything. All the sales come in 48 to 24 hours, so nobody needed to know that we were in the hole. It's normal business.
I don't know, you're kind of defensive about that normal business, seeing that your normal business failed. Is it normal business to be so far in the hole to where you got to start begging people for money? Is that normal business? It's normal, quote-unquote, business. It sounds like you didn't do well at, I don't know, scaling the business at all. Like, just at all. It did not scale well. How the hell did you do better whenever you had $1 million in the hole, but whenever you were 500K in the hole, you did terribly? Please make it make sense. You somehow took on less debt and did worse than whenever you had more debt. We're not even talking about like, oh, obviously you took on less debt, so obviously you made less profit. No, they took on less debt and just failed in general, even though they had sponsors paying for this. But the year that they had more debt, $1 million in the hole, they succeeded beyond belief. It sounds like after the first year, you should have called it quits, because literally the next year they took on less debt, but got a bigger arena and tried to pay their fighters even more money. They were trying to do more with less. And I'm just sitting here like, brother, this is not how this works. And speaking about Anissa, she swiftly ran away from the mic after that little rant. And then she went straight into the chat and started typing. This woman got them damn Twitter fingers. Alright, chat, she cannot take confrontation at all. She started typing in the chats. Anissa Joma said, he wouldn't stop hugging me. Talking about how Michael Briggs, I guess, was being friendly to her, I guess. What's wrong with hugs? Like, what's wrong with hugs? Okay, then. She's obviously trying to make it seem like this man was being creepy towards her, while I'm assuming his wife was also there. She's just trying to slander the man, but she continued on saying, it was really, really upsetting. I kept trying to push him off, and he wouldn't. I was embarrassed. It made me feel really embarrassed, and then he wouldn't let me leave. He kept hugging me, and I was trying to push him off, and I cried. Idubbbz, can you explain why the fuck I was crying? Nah, it's fine. So yeah, she's doing the whole, you guys, I was raped. That's basically what she's trying to do here. She's trying to do the whole I was raped. Which, let's all be honest here, none of us believes, because why didn't you come out with this literally 2 months ago? Whenever they were talking about this on the H3 podcast. It's so convenient whenever Idubbbz had his biggest stream. This was his biggest stream after he announced that he was doing it the day of him uploading his YouTube video talking about, you know, YouTube trolls or whatever. Somehow, whenever he does his biggest stream is whenever she comes out with this. But her Twitter, she never says any of this. She never mentions this at all on her Twitter. She's literally just trying to slander this man. For her own obvious gain of trying to make her hubby look better. But obviously, no one believes that. Come on. Who the hell believes that? Like, this man has his own wife with actual morals. I mean, like, it's seeming like a stand-up woman, I'm gonna be honest here. Compared to Anissa, his wife is a damn saint. On top of that, the man was at max overly friendly, trying to make sure he continued getting contracts to train this man. Because obviously, working class citizen wants to make sure his clients are happy. Brother, I highly doubt this story. Like, this is a huge doubt. This woman is known for lying. Let's not sit here and act like she hasn't lied several times in the past over some BS. I'm like, both Idubbbz and Anissa are showing their true colors as just absolute vile creatures. I'm like, while Michael Briggs was talking about, you know, their story about how Idubbbz was tired of going back to the gym and getting beat up because that's how you train for a boxing match. That you're training to fight. Yeah, you're gonna get beat up. That's the whole point. What? And literally all Michael did was just be like, yo, AB, you trained for a fight before, isn't that right? And AB just nodded his head. And Idubbbz just, shut up, AB. AB didn't even say anything. That's how you know this man is rent-free in Idubbbz's head. Literally, AB said nothing, and he's talking about some shut up, AB.
You're getting beat up constantly, and then you're supposed to show up to the gym the next day and the next day and the next day. AB can attest to it, right? So it's mentally very hard. So I feel bad for him because I could tell his heart wasn't.
Oh, you know this man is jealous of AB. Handsome young man with a well-paying job and a beautiful wife that he gets to go home to that actually loves him and isn't literally telling her ulterior motives to marrying them in their Twitter bio. Oh, you know this man is jealous. He's like, how dare you have a better life than me, you piece of shit. You're not even a YouTuber. How are you getting paid better than me? This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This man said nothing. AB just nodded his head. Nods his head. And this man instantly just filled with rage. I'm like, hell, this man AB such a damn saint. He out here talking about some. Funny thing is, my dumb was trying to support him. I was talking about my own embarrassing story sparring. I wanted to point out that him having a hard time with sparring isn't out of the norm, but he's too snark-brained to see reality. I thought he did a great job boxing, and I would never be able to pull off the event and train for it the way he did. That being said, he's gonna miss the days when I kept my mouth shut. Well, good on AB for doing that and making sure to stand up for himself, just like how these streamers should have stood up for themselves and been like, all right, brother, what the f***? This is not cool. This is not a prank. This is not a joke. This is real life. Because, oh my god, this is the worst thing I've seen from a streamer in a while. Click this video right here to find out how dumb can FaZe Clan and my Higa get. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.